Well, welcome to revision 3. Today, this one we're looking at fraction, decimal and percentage conversions. So we get a little table here and you've just got to then convert from fractions to decimals, decimals to percentages and all other things in between. So a lot of this is memory, but decimals are always out of 10. So if you can convert a fraction to something over 10, you can convert it to a decimal, and then from a decimal to a percentage, you simply are timesing by 100. So tricks of the trade, that's the way to look at it. So if I wanted to do 1/2 as a percentage, you could say, well, that is the same as 5 over 10, which is then the 0.5, times that by 100, 50%. Now you already know this probably, but I'm just showing how it all works. So if I go down to this bottom one here, you can see I can convert 2 over 5 to 4 over 10, which then would make that 0.4 times by 100, 40%. Now 75 is one of those things you should really know this one, remember it. 75 is 3/4, isn't it? It's 75 out of 100, which is 3/4. So unfortunately, some of the maths is about memory. The next question says work out, okay, £34 as a percent of £200. Now, as a percent of. So what I need to do is I need to do 34. Hopefully you can work this out in your mind. 34 divided by 200 times 100. Because I'm doing it that as a percentage of that. So of is divided by, and then percentage, as we said, times by 100. So 34 divided by 200 times 100, which you can see actually this cancels down. So 100 cancels down. So it's 34 over 2 is 17%. 17%. Obviously, you can always repeat these videos, go through them again. So if I go too fast, I apologise, but you can always look at it a second time. Penny gets £8 pocket money, so I'm going to write £8. And she's given an increase, okay, so given an increase of £1. Write £1 as a percentage of 8. Write £1 as a percentage of 8. So same language here. So £1 as a percentage of 8. So there you go. Now, again, this is harder to do if you don't know what that is. It could be a calculator question. So I do 1 divided by 8 times 100 equals, and press the S to D, 12.5. So you can see it's 12.5%. And then the second part of the question says, write your answer as a percentage. Oh, gosh, there we go. That's it as a fraction. And that's it as a percentage. So hopefully that has helped. Next session, we're going to be looking at fractions percentage of amounts without a calculator. So actually, let me do that straight off. So here we go. So it says here, what is 60% of, and they've got units here, 30 kilograms. Kilograms, kilometers. So here goes. If it's 60%, I'm always going to do the 10%. 10% of 30 is 3. And I know that 50% is a half of 30, which is 15. So if I add those together, I get 60%. Add those together, 18 kilometers. Then it says, what is now? This one's slightly more complex. 76% of 80,000 pounds. So what is 76%? Now this is without a calculator. So again, 10% is going to just chuck a naught off, 8,000. 76, I've got to think, how do I get to 76? Well, I know 20% is going to be double that. I know 50% is half of that. So far of these two I've got 70. Let me think, I can get 5%. 5% is good because if 50% is that, 5% is a tenth off, so take a naught off there. That's 5%. I need 1% because that's 20, 70, 75. I need 1%. Now again, I can see 10%, so 1%, like I did here, 1% is a tenth of that, so chuck a naught off. And now what I do is I cancel out the things I don't want in order to add it all up. I don't need that 10%, so I've got 75, 76. Add all these together. 0, carry the 1. And that's how I do it. It's kind of neat way of doing it. Then it says a primary school has 540 students, and it says 45% of the boys are, 45% of the students are boys. How many students are boys? So what is 45% of 540? Same idea. 10%, 54. Now I'm going to do 5%, and hopefully you'll see why I'm going to do 5%. Half of that is 27. And then I can do, in a very roundabout way, I'm going to do 50%. It's 270. You might take time doing that, or times that by 10. And then I'm going to say, well, 45% is going to be 50%, take away 5%. So 45% is going to be 270, take away 27. Carry the naught. So that's 9, 4, 2. Oh, 2. So 249. 249. Okay. And then lastly, the question says, Michael is going to buy a car. The car costs £2,400. So he pays a deposit of 20%. So it costs £2,400. He pays a deposit, which means a down payment, so that you can secure it for yourself of 20%. And then the rest over 20 months. So I'm putting down these key statements that will help me solve this. So deposit of 20% without a calculator. So that's how much the car costs. 10%, 240. 20%, double that. So that's how much he pays off straight off. So 2400 subtract 480. So chuck a naught there. So that then goes down. It gets all rather confusing, doesn't it? So I get 1920. If you did that, I did it slightly differently, but that's how most of you will understand how to do that. And then that he pays over 20 months. So now I need to put 20 into that bus stop. Now I find that confusing. So let me show you a quick way I do it. If it was over 10 months, it'll be £192 over 10 months. But it's twice as long about time to pay. So he needs to only pay half of that each month. That's over 10 months. Over 20 months, you need to pay half as much each month. So half of that is going to be £96. Okay, I hope that has helped.